Today on Butcher Wizard Uncut, we are gonna make pasta bolognese. But I'm not Italian, so we're just gonna call it meat sauce. Today, we are going to focus on meat sauce. Ground beef, tomato sauce, red wine, garlic, the whole deal. Making all these ingredients sing together into one cohesive dish of delicious pasta. This is one of my family favorites, and it is a crowd pleaser, so stay with us. It doesn't take too long, and we're gonna do it today. Let's go. Like all great pasta dishes, we're gonna start out with onions and garlic. It is the basis of all of Italian cooking, and it makes your house smell amazing. So we're just gonna take the onion, cut off both ends, cut it down the middle, and then take off that first layer of skin. And I usually take off the first layer of onion as well, just to make sure that we get everything taken care of, just like that. And to cut this onion, we're gonna simply take our knife and then make little cuts down the end to end on the onion. About 1/4 of an inch, okay? We've cut down this way, then we're gonna go horizontally. So we're gonna go ahead and take some horizontal cuts, easy. Don't cut all the way through. We're keeping this end, this back end, this back about 1/4 inch, 1/3 of an inch. We're gonna keep that intact so it keeps everything together. Then we go ahead and cut down, nice and easy, just like that. We now have a small dice of onion. When you get to that end piece right here, we're gonna go ahead and cut that in half, okay? Scooch all of our cut onions. Then we're gonna put that down like that. We're just gonna make a couple of cuts lengthwise to make sure that everything is diced up nicely, and we're gonna come back through with our knife and cut our small dice. And that's how you dice an onion into small dice. It's beautiful. We'll do that one more time. So we'll take our knife and make our cuts down. Then we'll take our knife and make our horizontal cuts. And then we'll go down straight, and then we've made a beautiful dice of onion. This one we came back down. Boom. It's not a perfect science. If each piece of onion is not perfectly diced, hey, we're still gonna go. This is gonna get sauteed and stewed together for this meat sauce. It's gonna be delicious. So here we go. Our onions in a bowl. Save it for later. This is called mise en place. So this is the pre-preparation you're gonna do when you're doing a recipe, making sure everything is together so that when it's time to cook, you can just have everything already prepped and cut and ready to go. All right, now we're gonna hit the garlic. Boom, garlic clove. So what do we do with this? We're gonna take the root side down, and we're gonna put some pressure on this. See a little CPR. Clear. All right, boom, and here come all these garlic cloves. Some of them already came out peeled. Wonderful, bonus. So we're gonna do I would say for this recipe, about 4 garlic cloves, maybe 5. Hey, have you ever had an opportunity to say that's too much garlic? I didn't think so. I know I have never done that. So we'll do a couple. So we got about 5 big ones right there. So we'll save some of these for another time. You get to go back there. You guys get to go. These papery things get to go in the trash. All right, so here we go. So we got a few that came out of the wrapper already. That is like a bonus. All right, so we'll put that over there. This one just got a little bit of paper on it. Boom, you're done too. Now, here we go. This one's not done. So what we're gonna do is you're just going to give it a light tap. You're gonna give it a little attitude change. There you go. And look, that paper comes right off. And then we've already halfway smushed our garlic so we can cut it. All right, from here, we have our peeled garlic cloves. Now, you're gonna there's a little bit of a stem end on some of these. We'll just slide that off, put it over there. Unless you see a really big one, you're gonna be okay, but some of them are big. So, just see you later. All right, so now we're going to chop this garlic. Now, here's the key. You're gonna take this thing and you're gonna smash it, okay? Boom, give it a good smash. Now look at that. That is already almost all the way there as far as being chopped. So we're gonna go ahead, give it a smash. Go ahead, give it a smash. Continue with the rest of the garlic. And from here, we're very simply going to put our left hand on top of the knife, okay? And then go ahead and do a rough chop all the way through. Very nice. Ooh, that kind of makes a weird noise. Boom, here we go. Garlic now ready to go in the bowl. Mise en place number 2. It's funny because like in a restaurant, when you're working in a restaurant, you have all of your little things you're gonna need for each dish. So all of your mise en place is in these different little containers, and we kind of want to do that at home so that we're all ready to go. A couple of other things we're gonna need is our ground beef. Now this right here is some ground beef that I ground myself from the Butcher Wizard channel. If you haven't seen that, if you go check out the Butcher Wizard channel where I do all of my meat cutting tutorials, how to grind, how to do all kinds of stuff. But this is the ground beef that came from that. This is from all kinds of different cuts, chuck, sirloin, there's some tenderloin in here, there's some brisket fat in here, there's all kinds of stuff that makes it delicious. If you don't grind your own, any kind of 80-20 ground beef is gonna be perfect for this. 80-20 is the lean to fat ratio. So you have 80% lean to 20% fat. That is what we're aiming for this dish. We're also gonna have a variety of canned tomato products. So I like a mixture between petite diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, and tomato sauce. I think this gives the sauce its most texture as far as the tomato is concerned. So we're really gonna go ahead and we have a bigger dice, we have a crushed, and then we have a smooth, and it's gonna bring it all together into this nice texture. We're gonna need some dry oregano. I love dry oregano for this dish because it just brings out, it gives you that Italian flavor, but it doesn't overpower it. So we want the meat to be the star of the show, the red wine to be the star of the show, and the oregano really just is the backup dancer to everything. We're gonna need some chicken broth, okay? Again, we need to make a sauce, so we need some sort of liquid, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper. Round out all the flavors we're going to need for this dish. Also today, we are gonna be, the pasta we're gonna be doing today is rigatoni. Now, I just love rigatoni because it's that tubular shape. So if you haven't seen what rigatoni looks like, it is this tubular shape that has a little bit of ridges on the outside. It's kind of like a penne, but it's a straight cut. I like this the best because it really holds on to all that sauce. You get sauce stuck in the middle. You get sauce stuck in the middle of this, of the pasta shape. So I really like rigatoni for a meat sauce, red wine braised meat sauce. Next, we're gonna head to the stove and start putting our sauce together. I mean, it's pretty simple and it's pretty quick. So this is a beautiful, beautiful dish that really is greater than the sum of its parts. It's gonna all come together so good. So let's go to the stove. All right, so we have our pot over medium heat. We're gonna take a little bit of avocado oil. Remember that all the recipes and all of the equipment that we use is gonna be in the description. Go check that out, definitely. So we're gonna put a little bit of avocado oil down. Let that heat up a little bit. Medium-high heat. All right, and our onions go in. We're gonna let these onions sweat a little bit. So we want them to get a little bit of color, a little brown on the edges. Since we're doing a meat sauce, all of the color we can get is bonus. So color on the onions, garlic, color on the meat, the whole deal. This is all bonus. So it may take 4 or 5 minutes, but we're gonna go ahead and get a good amount of color on these on this onions before we add our garlic. Once we get a little bit of color on this onions, we're then gonna add our garlic. So onions and garlic are really the cheat code to cooking. Whenever you start to cook with onions and garlic and saute, everyone comes out of the woodwork and goes, "What does that smell? That smells delicious. What are you doing?" It's just onions and garlic that are being sauteed. So it's really the cheat code. I wish I could I'm gonna make a candle someday that is onions and garlic flavored, and then you can just like light it and then go get takeout and people think you cooked it yourself. All right, now that we have some browning going on, we are going to add our tomatoes next. So we have our petite diced tomatoes, we got our tomato sauce, and then we have our crushed tomatoes. Stir that around. We're gonna let that start to simmer. Now, again, we're gonna do our meat in another pan and then add it to this one. Well, the reason we're doing the two pans is to just speed up the process. This could be a 2 or 3 hour process. We're trying to do this in under 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start our tomatoes cooking with our onions and garlic, push it to the back, and then start to cook our meat. So we're gonna heat up a nice big 10-inch saute pan. Now, another reason we're doing this is to get a good caramelization on the meat. We don't want to crowd the meat. We want to make sure that there is a good flat surface, a big surface, to get excellent caramelization. It's gonna make that everything just taste so much better. So just stick with me, trust me, it's all gonna come together, I promise. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to the pan. Once we start to see a little bit of ripples on the oil on top, we are ready to put our meat in. Again, we want to spread it out just a little bit so that everything has an opportunity to get nice and caramelized. The caramelization is what's gonna give your sauce its richness, its body, its color. Everything is gonna come from the caramelization of the vegetables and the meat. So don't skimp on this process. Give it a little bit of time to make sure we get a couple of sides that are nice and charred, and then put it into our sauce. You're gonna beat this thing up like it owes you money, okay? Really separate this meat so that it is a good consistency. Then we're just gonna let it be for a couple minutes and just let that caramelization happen. At this point, go ahead and hit this side with a little bit of salt. Anytime we're adding meat to anything, we wanna make sure it's seasoned. Hit it with a little bit of pepper. Might as well, we're here. Have pepper grinder will travel, here we go. All right, now we'll start to turn it over. This is what we're looking for. Right here, look at all that caramelization right there. That is what we're looking for. All right, now once our meat is caramelized, we're gonna add about, I would say 2 cups of red wine. The story with red wine is like, you wanna do something that you might drink, so in case you don't use it all. But like, we're just gonna go ahead and put a couple of cups of wine in there and let that soak around that meat. Let it get into the meat and really like season that meat. This is a Pinot Noir, so you can use Cabernet, Pinot Noir, something like that. Nothing too sweet, just keep it dry on the dry side, and then let this reduce around the meat, and then we're gonna add the meat to our sauce. While we're here, we're gonna add about a tablespoon or so of dry oregano. Again, seasoning the meat. It's a meat sauce, people. We need everything to be in the meat, and then it'll make its way into the sauce. All right, this took about 5 minutes. Once the wine has reduced about by half, we're gonna go ahead and add the wine and the meat and everything to our sauce. Get that incorporated. To this, we're gonna add a little bit of sugar. Anytime you add canned tomato products to something, they're really, really acidic. So adding a couple tablespoons of sugar really helps round out those flavors, that round out those acidic flavors into something where you're like, oh man, it doesn't taste sweet, but it just tastes good. That's what we want. I'm gonna add a couple of cups of chicken stock, chicken broth, whatever you wanted to use. You're gonna see, so it's pretty loose right now, and as it cooks down, it's gonna get thicker and thicker and thicker. So we're just gonna let it do its thing, probably for about another half an hour on medium heat. Let it boil away and let it reduce down. All those flavors are gonna come together. The chicken stock, the oregano, the red wine, the beef flavor, the tomato flavor. Everything's gonna come together into this beautiful sauce. So we will hit you back up in about 30 minutes. All right, so while our sauce is simmering away, we are gonna cook our pasta. Again, we wanna do a little bit of salted water. Here we go. And then you're gonna cook your rigatoni to the package instructions. So it's like 10 minutes or so. A little al dente, we want a little bit less because we're gonna cook a little bit more in the sauce as we finish this dish. But here we go. One of the tips with cooking dried pasta is you put it in the water, you let it sit for like 30 seconds, and then you move it around, okay? Let it sit for a second, then you move it around so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. That's my biggest tip. And then every like 2 or 3 minutes or so, we're just gonna give it a little bit of a stir just to make sure it doesn't settle on the bottom. And you're gonna taste it. And when it's done, you'll know you have a little bite to it. That's the al dente part, the little bite. So we'll wait about, I would say 10 minutes or so, stirring every other 2-3 minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. Once you stir this sauce and you can see that the liquid is really reduced down around the meat, we are about done. So we're gonna add a little more pasta water when we put all this dish together. So it can be a little tight, like it can be a little like reduced, and then we're gonna like use that pasta water to bring it back to life. So we're gonna go ahead and put this, take this off the heat, push it to the back, wait for our pasta to be done, get it all together. It's gonna be, oh, it smells so good. I've already had one of my kids come out of their rooms and go like, what is that smell? I go, buddy, it's for dinner. Like, it's not yet, it's for dinner. So I'm gonna make this for you guys right now, and then tonight we're gonna make this for dinner for my family. So you know everyone in my house loves this dish. So our pasta's been cooking about 8 minutes, and it has about 2 more minutes to go, but all of this water is super starchy. So what we're gonna do is take out some of the water. Now, what this does is it's gonna help us with our sauce. We're gonna bring everything together. We got the starchy pasta water, we have the meat sauce, we have the pasta, everything's gonna come together, and guess what? We're gonna add a little cheese too, because that's not gonna hurt anything. We add a little cheese, everything's gonna come together so well. So this is the secret, pasta water. But if you throw it down the drain, you can't get it back. You need that starchy pasta water. Look how cloudy it is. That means it's starchy. It's gonna help you thicken the sauce. Let's go. It's almost like a whistle. Ooh, we are ready to drain. Let's drain the pasta. Let's get it going. All right, to put this thing together, we take our pan, put it on the heat. We are going to take our pasta sauce, plop it in there, our delicious red wine meat sauce. We're gonna take our pasta water and let that go ahead and just reduce down. We're gonna like stir it around. Again, looks a little loose right now, but as it tightens up, we're going to have this around our pasta. As it starts to simmer a little bit, we're gonna put some of our pasta in there, let that just coat around those noodles. Cook around the noodles. And it's gonna be, the pasta's gonna soak up all that sauce as it finishes cooking in the pasta water and the meat sauce with our red wine flavor. Oh my goodness. If you could just smell this, like the smell on this thing is amazing. So we're gonna let this simmer here just for another minute or two, and then we're gonna be able to put it in our bowl. Oh wait, I forgot. Little Parmesan cheese, little Parmesan cheese for you. This thing is the real deal, people. And it's so quick and easy. It like really didn't take us that long. We're talking about like 10 minutes prep time, maybe a 30-minute cook time, and ooh, oh God, oh no. You get back in there. All right, I'm gonna flip this. Are you scared? I'm gonna flip this delicious water here. Woo, woo. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. You could try this at home, but it could get messy. So here we go. So we have our pasta with our meat sauce already ready, and then we're gonna put it in our bowl. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Woo, dinner tonight is gonna be amazing. We're gonna go ahead and put some more meat sauce on top. Gonna hit it with a little more Parmesan. Are you kidding me right now? Is this the best bowl of pasta you ever seen in your life? Oh my goodness. Like I said before, it just took us a little bit of time, less than an hour, to make this delicious bolognese, quick red wine meat sauce. I mean, it's so quick and so easy. So go ahead and try this. If you like this video, go ahead and check out the next one. Then Butcher Wizard Uncut, we are going for recipes. If you have any recipes you want me to recreate, whether it's fast food recipes or restaurant recipes or your own family recipes, go ahead and put them in the comments. Send it to me at butcherwizard@gmail.com. Send me a recipe and we'll go ahead and make it on the channel. Man, this is work. I need some help. I need some help. What do you want to see next? Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Everybody's eating good tonight. So good. This is amazing. Man.